I'd like you to think back to about your first job, your first corporate job. What was that job like? I was a clerk coding premium payments at a life insurance company in Hartford, Connecticut. It wasn't a very intellectually challenging job, wasn't very stimulating. But I learned pretty quickly that there was something that was really special about this place that I was working, and that I was given something, along with all of the 1,800 other employees in the home office of this company, that was indeed very special. What I found was that when I wanted to get my teeth cleaned, I just made an appointment and I never left the building. And on my lunch hour, I would go to the bowling alley and there I would bowl with my colleagues. Now that's not all of the things that you find in a typical workplace. This was very early in my career and I really didn't know what I wanted to do, and I didn't really know what my skills were. I had the opportunity to be able to do things like join a Toastmasters group where I learned to first speak, and be able to do some career testing and get some guidance on what my strengths and skills were. And that was really meaningful for me. What this organization was doing was they weren't just giving me a paycheck and benefits. They were looking after my well-being. And since it was my first job, I kind of thought that all companies were like this. It wasn't until later in my career, when I worked at all different kinds of organizations of all different sizes, that I really came to appreciate how special this work situation was. The leaders in this organization really understood the essence of well-being and what that means from a business perspective, and how that translates to business success. They understood the well-being imperative. Today, more organizations are coming to this realization. They're seeing the connection between well-being of their employees and their workforce and profitability of their business. Businesses profit from engaged employees. 70% of the workforce is disengaged, according to Gallup research. Think about what that means from lost productivity and our abilities to be able to compete globally when that many people are disengaged. Businesses profit from happy employees. When employees are happy, they are more likely to stay with the organization. Turnover is very costly. It can cost as much as 150% of a given salary, and even higher at higher levels within the organization. Businesses profit from healthy employees. We all hear about healthcare all the time. It represents 18% of our gross domestic product. It's a big deal in this country. And yet, what we're not hearing about is a change from the model that we use in the United States, which is an employer-funded model. That's not going away. So employers need to be concerned about the health and well-being of their workforce. They've got to control those costs. So what can you do in your organization? What can you do to bring well-being to the forefront and make that connection between well-being and profitability? Starts with culture. It needs to really start with looking at the culture of your organization, where it's just, this is how we do business here. That we care about our workforce, and we know that they are important to our ability to be able to be productive and meet our business goals. Without that, you can't achieve what you're trying to achieve as business executives. So just like my first job was so special for me, and where my employer really made that connection between the engagement of the workforce, the profitability of the workforce, and the success of the business. They understood the business imperative of well-being, and I hope you will as well. Thank you.